Greetings, Masandawana. We're back with yet another installment of the Yellow Corner. And this time we're bringing you the preview of our Game Week 11 match as we travel down to Maritzburg to take on Martitzburg United on Tuesday evening. Raps, how are you?
Ke sharp overall, wena.
Hi, Raymond. Are sharp down.
O tla loka.
Oh, tla loka.
O tla loka. Tlameha ho loka.
Hi. Let's touch on this a bit. Let's talk about our defeat to Orlando Pirates in the MTN 8 semi-final second leg. Our absolute drubbing to Orlando Pirates because they served us proper hands. Your thoughts on the defeat? One, getting knocked out, the type of defeat, conceding 3 goals, and then the impact that this defeat might or will have going forward.
I think in the first leg, judging by how Pirates approached the game, I think we knew what to expect in the second leg. And I think we should have came with a much better plan and executed very well. In terms of the scoreline, I think it is embarrassing. We are the defending champions, and I think we should have done better. The second goal, I think, if it happened in the 81st minute, and if we didn't concede, there's 9 minutes left. Anything can happen. We know how football it is. We can score 2 goals within 9 minutes. It is possible, and I think conceding early, it forced us maybe to change our approach to the game, but I'd rather concede early than concede late, because of when you concede early, we conceded during the 80th minutes, and we still had about 82 minutes to play for. Unlike conceding also sets about 3 minutes, and we have nothing to fight for. So I think we should have tried to bounce back, but I didn't see that that courage to try and fight back and maybe get a goal, try to push Orlando Pirates and hopefully get a winner. But it was disappointing, man. And we lacked leadership inside the field. Some players failed to step up. And these are kind of games where you expect certain players to step up and try to carry the team, because of this game are almost the same standard as the CAF Champions League games. So if you fail to win these games or perform better in these games, what about when you travel to North Africa and also travel to Middle Africa?
You mentioned how the first goal affected our approach. What approach? Coach Manova said we played how we wanted to play. I would have really liked to hear him elaborate on how we wanted to play and how it came out, because now what I saw I just didn't see anything. I just didn't see a plan. I just saw a team that tried to knock the ball around and hope there will be an opening. But even if there's an opening, you have 3 players who 3 tens playing up front. They keep on moving, and 1 or 2 at times are forced to drop back to bring the ball up front, because there's no progressive midfielder in Andile Jali who progresses the ball. Andile progresses the ball by coming out with it or playing a progressive pass. So I do not understand how you go into a game where you definitely need to score, and then you don't start with a progressive middle field. I just baffles me. It's like on the preview, we spoke about how Amazulu almost had Pirates. I don't understand. It's like we played the Sundowns way, ne? And we went to this game wanting to play the Sundowns way. It's like we didn't look at the deficiencies of Pirates and tried to exploit them. We played in front of their back three. It was always gonna suit them. Like there was not, we didn't turn them at all. Whereas every game that you see that Pirates play, once you turn them, you play the ball behind them. You give them problems. We didn't do that. So I don't understand how we didn't approach a game looking at what Pirates. Yes, you have your beliefs as a club. You have your structure. You have your way of playing. But you can't just play your way of playing and think that your way of playing will always win you games. You have to mix it up and come up with. Last year when we played Al Ahly, we changed.
Yeah.
We prepared from game yeah, that we played in Mpumalanga against not AC, skin team Galaxy. We changed how we played. We played with Zwane and Axopol, I think it was Domingos the false nine, and then Shandu was the right forward, if I'm not mistaken, in preparation for game Al Ahly. Then why can't we do the same when we play more South Africa with Pirates? Because the Sundowns way is not always going to win us the games. But yeah, I don't know, man. I think the saving grace for this score, we only left with 2 games, and then there will be a break, and the technical team will work with the players. And yeah, I think this break is gonna come at the right time, because I feel like if there was no break, we are gonna have problems. We are gonna drop points in the league. That's what I believe. So I think this will save us, man. So excuse me. Let's move on, Raps. Let's talk about Maritzburg. This is one game that I really want us to win. Forget about what happened that weekend. I want us to win this game because of what happened last season when we cheated in Maritzburg. That was cheating. It was not the referee's mistakes or anything. That was blatant cheating, man. We considered 2 goals that were not supposed to be goals on any other day. So I really want us to win this game for that. We played Maritzburg. They currently 13th on the log. They've played 11 games so far. They've only won 2. They've drawn 5 and then lost 4. They've scored 6 goals, conceded 12. Their goal difference is -6. They currently on 11 points. Their expected goals for overall is 1.26. They've scored 0.55. Which is very, very poor. And then the expected goals against is 1.49. They've considered 1.09, which is poor. Do you feel like they pose any threat to us going into this game?
I think you have just mentioned their stats. I don't think they pose any pressure, but you also have to remember that the trips to Maritzburg, they are not easy. We know that once we go to KZN to face Maritzburg, it's never easy. It's going to be a tough battle, but with their numbers and their performance, I'm expecting us to obviously outshine them and outperform them. And another key thing that I've witnessed in their numbers is that all their 6 goals came in the second half. So I think we should win this game in the first 45 minutes.
That's a really key point, man. Let's talk about their approach so far in this season and what they might take into this game. They play a back 5. They don't play a back 3 with full backs. They play that's a back 5 with Ron as the right wing back, and then they have Makume, Moloisane, Richie, as well as Sam. They've been consistent with playing into a back 5. They play a low block. And they are happy to see you play in front of them. Like they just shift around ball around. So they just, as long as they see the ball in front, they are happy, because once they lose possession, they don't press the ball. Then they retreat and go back and try to deny you space behind. Wow. That's what I've picked up from them. This, and they're very direct. Once they win possession, there's no intricate playing. They just go forward. They try and get to the opposition's goal as quick as possible. And then sometimes they do go long in trying to find some. Not every time, but they do go long sometimes. And another thing, they are not press resistant. They can't handle pressure, high press. So, I mean, you look at game against Chiefs. So, those are some of the things that I've picked up from Bona this season. When
Yeah, no, I think I also picked up those kind of. I think the reason why they play long balls, it is because of, you look at the gap between Mashikinya and Samu or Sukun. I think the gap, it is very huge. So they are forced to play direct and play those 40 meters pass behind the defense of the opponents because of the gap that they have. Obviously, when that gap is very huge, it is very difficult to have those combinations, those short passes because of the gap. And also, you have mentioned that they defend with five at the back, and I think defending with five at the back, sometimes it helps because of you have enough numbers to clear the ball and defend, but sometimes it is a disadvantage because of everyone is just on the box and some guys are just there without doing anything. Look at the goal that they considered against Amazon. Madonna passed about 2 players of Maritzburg, and Maritzburg had 6 players inside their box. Amazon only had 3, so it was 6 against 3, but they failed to defend that goal. So I think playing 5 at the back sometimes and also there's no communication. You can see there's the absence of Ndengane. Ndengane is a leader, he's vocal, but Makume Hababu, they're not vocal, they're making mistakes, and some of the mistakes that they made, more especially against Chiefs, I thought they are going to rectify them going forward because of it was still the early stages of the league, but I still see them repeating those mistakes.
True. You raised a valid point in terms of the gap between Mashikinya,
Yeah.
and the forwards. It's huge. There's because Mashikinya and Graham, they sit in front of that defense. So for them to move the ball from one end to the other, it's difficult at times because sometimes what's a lot of midfield congested. So the only option is to bypass midfield a long ball. What do you expect from Sundowns?
I'm expecting us to play better. I'm expecting us to try and rectify our mistakes and also to be patient. This is a team that plays with 5 and it's a low block. So in some instances, the game will require us to be patient and to try and shift their defense to find those gaps. And also, like I've said, they are defending with a lot of players at the back. So sometimes in the final third or inside the box, we have to be composed. Like you shouldn't rush to take shots or to make that final ball. I think we should try have movement and being composed. But sometimes we are going to be required to act fast because of there's too much congestion and you can't allow to take more seconds on the ball. So I'm expecting us to play with a focal point. I'm expecting us to have a number 9 because of there's a team that find it difficult to delay with crosses coming from the wide channel. So when you have a guy like Mutupa who's inside the box, you know that if you can penetrate them through the middle, you still have a wide channels to attack and deliver those crosses. And we saw against Orlando Pirates, in the second half. Modiba had a chance and he shapile palo. So if the game doesn't allow you to penetrate them in the middle field, at least you still have the option of Modiba where you can play the crosses more.
Mutupa, not Mutiba. You said, yeah. And I expect a serious reaction from Sundowns. I expect an angry reaction from Sundowns to say, we lost, but we need to quickly rectify this. Like from the word guys, I expect a very fast start from Sundowns on Tuesday. Yeah. I think we should target their right side where they have Theron the right wing back because he's naturally a right winger. And then on the left, they have Sam, who's a natural defender. So he understands defending and is good at defending more than Theron Kamole. So you look at the weakness or you go to the weaker side, which is their right side. I think we need to take the shots from outside the box. Sundowns hardly ever takes shots from outside the box, man, because at times these guys, because they play such a low block and their first into when they defend is to retreat and protect their goal. They give you ample time to size up shot there how and take a shot. So you take advantage of that. We don't always to walk the ball have to walk the ball into the net. When an opportunity comes, especially for someone like Debza to take a shot from outside the box, take that shot from outside the box. And I think our rest defense, as much as we say more, they not scoring a lot and stuff like that. But this is a type of game whereby you have Sokuma Adula more center lining on the left, like he did against Richards Bay. And then Tola possession, they played long to him, and he can't be offside if he's in his own half. So rest defense needs to be really good for such and then, like we said, this will require patience, rotating the ball, moving the ball, that extra pass, until an opening comes, and then we capitalize and score a goal. Your lineup, do you want to start or you're gonna start?
I'll start. I'm going to play a 4-2-3-1. I'll start Thabiso Rapelang as my right back. Have Grant.
The lineup to start on is not goalkeeper.
I'll keep Ronan Williams and start Thabiso right back. Then center backs, I would have Roshin Le Grant. Then left back, I would start Musa Libusa. Then centrally, I would have Antile Le Debza. Then my forwards, Zwane Alande Mayema. Then up front, I would start Gift Mtup.
Okay. I'll start Ronwen. I'm not gonna make a lot of changes. I want these guys to fix the mess that they got the previous game. Like the players that started game here. So I'm not gonna have a lot of changes. I'll start Ronwen. I'll keep the same back four, obviously, apart from Modiba. So it will be Mudau, Gekana, the Rook, and then Masheho if he's fit. If not, I'll play Ngobeni. I want an offensive left back, who will give us an attacking edge. I think Musa was brilliant in that game. Yeah. Who did you play? Gallant. Yeah, Gallant.
The question is Musa to Masheho, man, Ngubeni, who are available, and because of I think against Pirates, I'm gonna go injury list if it's so wrong.
Also, injury list. Because sometimes we try to place them as well as injury list. Injury list. Mido mfetho unalula injury list. Akubule every game ekeshebanya amazulu mido yadlala. So you never know. I will broke you in mfetho. I'm not injured, ba mo beile mo injury. So ntho tse so ha ke sa tseba hore ke di nke serious kapa jwang wa bo. So but if the Mashego Lentom le yena Ngobeni are not available, I'll obviously start Musa, who I think was brilliant gaming
Yeah.
and then I'll have AJ in my middle field. Le Mokwena le Bless again. I'll start Bless again, even though he didn't have actually a lot of players didn't have a good game this past weekend. And then my front three will be Shika, Mutupa, Lento, Le Sereno. Prediction?
I think we'll win 2-0.
Yeah, I'm also going for 2-0. Who's scoring for you?
I think Gift will score and Maema will score.
I'll go for Gift and Shika. Before we end the drafts, we're going into a new game block, the third one of the season. We are playing Maritzburg away as the first game, and then the next game, Royal AM away as well. And then after the World Cup break, it will be Pirates at home, Richards Bay away, and then Super Sports at home. I am going for Maritzburg win, Royal AM draw, Pirates draw, Richards Bay draw, Super Sport win. So that will give us 9 out of 15 points. Winner?
I think we'll win this one, Maritzburg, and I think we will win Royal AM as well. I think Pirates, it will be a draw, and obviously we'll beat Richards Bay. I think Super Sport, it will offer a tough game, so I foresee a draw against Super Sport as well.
And obviously we'll beat Richards Bay. Richards Bay that doesn't concede against a team that's blunt, that doesn't get a lot of shots. Those team shots, first leg there was no, but yeah, good luck to the boys and the technical team. Hopefully we rectify the mistakes weekend, and yeah, they traveling to I'm not sure if they camp. Yeah, they'll camp in Maritzburg on Monday when this stops, and then their next game is still in KZN on Saturday against Royal AM. So if they don't win, keep them in camp in Durban. But Sunday after game Royal AM. I know how much they hate being in camp, the players at ball. So yeah, because I want to be serious. They must win game and yeah.
Camp go Durban, what's that players at ball? I feel Durban.
Ai, must tell them about what you tell them about what fela ka ba training bona, but keep them in camp. Yeah, thank you, Masandawana. Thanks for watching. You will see us again on Friday as we preview the last game before the World Cup break as we take on Royal AM. And yeah, please don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment. And yeah, tell everyone you know about Masandawana fan vlog. About the yellow corn as well as Masandawana fan vlog. Sharp, Masandawana, sharp.
Sharp overall.